Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to the AI Nero Magic Show. So in this video I'm going to show you something cool. We had a client of us, I can't disclose who yet, but he had a bunch of transcripts from YouTube videos. And he wanted to create training material out of that. And so we created a little bit of a hyperlambda snippet that allows us to roughly correctly treat that training data. And to show you the process, I'm going to go into HyperID here now. Then I'm going to expand, etc. Then I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it transcripts. Yeah. Now I'm going to choose this folder, and then I'm going to upload some TXT files. Now, these are example. I didn't really have any YouTube transcripts, however, it doesn't matter. The point is you want, it works with any text data, really, right? So what I did was just I copied the Wikipedia pages of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And this, of course, produces a suboptimal result, right? For instance, first of all, they're way too long to be correctly treated as training data because there's like way too much data in it, so it needs to be chopped up. Then I'm going to go to manage. Now that these two files are here, then I'm going to choose the foo model here, which I can find at the bottom. And as you can see, there is no training data whatsoever here, except for this guy who created this chatbot. Now I can go to manage, I can go to HyperLambda Playground, I can choose snippets, and I can search for transcripts. Notice there is going to be an article associated with this YouTube video. You can find a link to it in the description where you can find this code. This code is not an integrated part of the Magic platform. It was actually specifically created for this particular client. But basically what it does, it creates a new thread because the process will take more than 60 seconds. And that's going to cause a timeout unless it does it on a background thread. Then it makes sure it catches exceptions and does some intelligently logging. And this is one of the crucial parts. You see here I've got a massage variable, and it basically says extract the important facts and opinions discussed in the following transcript and return as a title and content separated by a new line character. This part here is crucial because we're expecting and return as a title and content, and out is crucial because we are expecting ChatGPT to return semantic data based upon this tail of the system message, or it's the equivalent of instruction for ChatGPT. However, from here, I can change it any ways I want to, and I can write summarize the important facts from the following article. Notice this works with any text-based content. And you can use it on anything. It doesn't have to be a YouTube or a podcast transcribe, but that's kind of like where we started out creating it, and that's where it works and was initially implemented. And then it's logging, then it's listing all the files inside of my transcripts folder, and then it's iterating through each of these files. So it's chopping up the files into a maximum of, let's see, I think it's 4,000 context tokens or something. Let's see. Yeah, 4,000 tokens. And then it creates multiple training snippets out of each individual file, depending upon the size of the file. And then it actually, then comes the magic, because then you see, when you have a transcript from a YouTube video or podcast, you typically have lots of unnecessary stuff. Such as, for instance, hello there, welcome to How's Your Dogs? It's sunny outside. Now, if you want to have a factual, technically savvy chatbot, then all of those sentences provides nothing but noise. So in fact, when you create a transcript and you have 4,000 tokens from a transcript of a YouTube video, and you tell ChatGPT to take that data and do the following, then what it will actually do, it will return only the relevant factual information from that transcript. So you reduce your training snippets from a size of 4,000 tokens down to 500 tokens. So, and then it will store these tokens into my magic database further down here. Here it's invoking ChatGPT. As you can see, it's getting my token from my configuration settings up here. And then it's passing in the system message, and then it's passing in the content. And then it's storing these guys further down here. If we find data.connect here somewhere, it should be here somewhere. Here we go. Then it's storing this into training snippets, importantly, passing in meta value for that particular table being transcript, allowing me to easily delete all of the transcripts later. Right. So now if I run this, then it will execute on background threads. I can leave the page if I want to. I can close the browser if I want to. Whenever I'm done importing training snippets, I will look in my log and I will see here that here you see it started importing transcripts. So now it's running through the files and chopping them up. And then after some, few minutes, it will be done. I will fast forward from this point in the YouTube video until it is done, such that I will not bore you to death with looking at my boring screen for 3 minutes. Now you can see it's done breaking down each snippet. It got 28 segments in total over 2 files. That means it's going to invoke ChatGPT 28 times and ask ChatGPT to summarize the specified content. Now, and here you can see it's handling the first transcript file. This transcript file has 16 segments. That means 16 individual text snippets, each being a little bit more than 4,000 context tokens in size. So now I'm going to fast forward until it's done. So the process is going to take probably like 20 minutes because it's invoking ChatGPT 16 times with 4,000 tokens every single time. So I guess while we're waiting for ChatGPT to return, we can just go into machine learning already, and we can actually look at the training data it has been generating so far instead of waiting for the whole process to finish. And as you can see here now, you will see now that it has created high quality training data based upon the original unsemantic content that was just like copied and pasted from Wikipedia. But this, of course, could also have been a YouTube video transcript, right? And then it creates a prompt, and then it creates a completion. This used to be 4,000 OpenAI tokens. Now it is reduced down to 185 tokens. This used to be 4,000, it's reduced to 172 tokens, etc., etc. Because it removes all the irrelevant information that isn't like factual or whatever I tell ChatGPT to return using my massage prompt value. I could, for instance, provide a template, return all dates, and, important things that happened on those dates, etc., etc. I could really do whatever I want to using these snippets. However, once it is done, I'm basically left with, as I started out with in this YouTube video, this is for creating transcripts from YouTube videos. So I'm basically left out with high quality training data based upon transcripts from YouTube videos or podcasts that I can use in my own cloudlets. And of course, when it's done importing, this won't be done for another 30 minutes or something, I think. Then I go to my models, I search for my model. The name of this model is called Foo. I click vectorize, at which point I will create VSS vectors for every single training snippet there is. This one will contain 32 training snippets when it's done, because both Biden's and Trump's page had 16 snippets each, and I will reduce those down to 32 snippets with much smaller token count. But when it is done, I can click vectorize, and I basically have a machine learning model that I can test and ask questions to. In fact, I can try it. I guess now vectorization typically only takes some few seconds for 13 snippets. It's done already now. I can ask, what can you tell me about 6th of January and Trump? How much did he have to pay? And I think there was a fine in there, wasn't there? Right? So the point is now that it's using my training data. It's not using the vanilla ChatGPT. It's actually using my training data, sending it to OpenAI, using that as a basis for answering my question. And as you can see, blah, 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 to etc. Fines related. There is no specific fine. Let's see something else. Let's find something of relevance here that I guess, the vanilla ChatGPT wouldn't typically know. Impeachments. So what's the last impeachment for Trump? I guess we can ask that one. The vanilla ChatGPT probably wouldn't know that, I think. What's the last impeachment Trump is facing? Right, hopefully it's going to kick in on my training data now, which is kind of like the purpose, and it doesn't. Why doesn't it do that? So let me see, configure. Let's turn down the threshold to 0.3, save. Then do another test, see what it says now. And when it returns, here you can see it's returning. Yeah, because it doesn't return references because there's no URL associated with this. But here you can see the last impeachment that Donald Trump faced was the second impeachment, which occurred on January 2021. It was blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if this is accurate or not. But the point being that you take like low quality text data, such as text data, for instance, originating from a YouTube transcript or podcast transcript, and actually turn it up into high quality data. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.